Geniet om Maarten, lekker speel. Ek gaan my best try, hoor. Nou nie F1 hierdie, maar ek moet relax.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Onder die melk.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, back to Harvey. Stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Nix. And he rifles one incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Nick's going to give to Harvey. Boom! Fighting through tackles. On the way home for a Broncos score. R.J. Harvey, 57 yards. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Jy fook te veel steroids. Jy fucking ban. Ja, hy sê dit vir my. Europa. Martin is ek.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And right away he lost the football.
Relax.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Charles, that's a route that you and I have seen time and time again in our years up in this booth, and that executed well, and a great throw, too.
And sometimes, even if you know it's coming, the execution will trump whatever you do on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, it was a well-thrown football. A nice, healthy gain right there.
Mahomes now to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 32-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play. Here's a 2nd and 7. On the pressure, and he will go sack back at the 38. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And Marvin Mims deep for Denver. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Nix to the air. Well, this one complete to Smith. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw, here's Nix. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now here's Mahomes. He'll try and do this himself. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback and to the receiver like that. And if it is, you often get a very successful play.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The credit the tackle to Brandon Jones. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on
for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Working out of the gun is Nix. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Google my plays nie flip nie.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. On the give, it's Harvey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Off the play fake, Nix. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Hacemos a kom. Fuck. Jezus. Wat dit nou gebeurt? Dat ik naar die bal verloor.
Backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Now Mahomes. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a nice spin into some open field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Brock Bowers, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Aubrey now for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Now a toss right to Barkley. Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. They'll run wide side here with Barkley. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Mahomes going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mahomes to throw once more. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. And now because of the sack, it's 3rd and goal from the 14. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He'll try and do this himself. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
Two scores, that's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Inside the 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going...
And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. There he goes, right side. But he will not be able to bring this one back, in the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I remember when they changed the rule, and there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how is this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt, and the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
And get 2 points.
they can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Down to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 101 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Nix. That is caught. He's got the first down and more. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Throwing Nix. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Harvey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. R.J. Harvey with career touchdown number 60. And the Broncos are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. They snap it to Fields. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have picked up right where they left off in half number one, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The partner still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process. Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Nix looking to throw again. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Nix to the air. Setting up a screen for Harvey. Down inside the 10.
And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Quickly completed to the right flat. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to the air with Nix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Deion Henley. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Back to throw, Fields.
And he goes down, it's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And here we go on 4th down. Fields.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already. Harvey will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Nick Bosa now with his 2nd sack here on opening night. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now it's Nix. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it is 42-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. That's to the tight end Helm. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Looking to throw. Collins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been out. Fights through, and now a crease.
Still on his feet.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Devontae Smith,
54 yards.
and the Broncos continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Aubrey good with the PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And it'll find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
Come on. Back. Gotta be lying.
First down, Chiefs.
Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 19.
That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra.
Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to...
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A.J. Brown from 8 yards out. And the Chiefs are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way to this point, but, yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about moral victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there. Maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Again, it's Harvey. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 154 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run straight ahead with Harvey. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. On the handoff, Harvey. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to him to try to get that 4th.
And why wouldn't they? It's not just getting the 4th. He's the hot hand, so to speak, right? The hot feet.
Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on a sack. Well, it looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field. And they did exactly that and made the play.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The toss out to Barkley. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
So the Chiefs opt to keep the offense out there, and they'll line up to go for 2. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Gets it underneath. Here's Harvey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. To throw. Here's Nix. Short throw caught by Bowers. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both.